we'll start on your backs. Hopefully you're not too cold. Christy is smart and she has socks on.
I might have a sticky mat that I can do yoga with socks on.
Oh, okay. Good. So just settle in here on your back. Just like we always do in the beginning of these outdoor classes, just take a moment to enjoy being outside. I just always love the sounds of the birds chirping. And it's nice that we have this cool air this morning after all these warm days that we've had. And then just start to bring your focus to your breath. And just on your own this morning, start to bring more focus to the inhales and the exhales. And maybe if it's helpful for you, you count how long the inhale takes. And then match the count of the exhale to the length of the inhale. And then as you continue that focus, if you're counting, maybe you start to extend the count by 1. No need to force that. Just find the capacity for you that feels just soft and even without forcing it. And then just maintaining that connection to your soft breath. Just gently take your arms up by your ears. Nice big stretch. And then keep the arms by the ears. Just let them fall to the ground behind you. Walk your hands gently over to the right long edge of the mat. And walk your feet to the right long edge of the mat. So you're making a banana shape or a crescent shape with the body. And just take a couple of breaths right there, finding that nice length on the left side. And then just walk hands and feet through center, take them over to the other side and just pause there. And then just walk hands and feet back to center and hug the knees towards the chest. Just take a gentle rock side to side. And then just come back to stillness. Keep the knees bent. Drop the feet to the mat and just take your hands to your hips so you can just feel your hip bones. And then just pause there. So notice how the pelvis is neutral. We're going to start to take some pelvic tilts here. So start to arch the low back so you can take your hip bones away from the bottom of the rib cage. And then bring the pelvis back to that neutral position. And And then tuck the tailbone towards the heel so the hip bones go towards the bottom part of the rib cage. You're just going to move like that, so move back through neutral with the pelvis, little arch of the low back, hip bones draw away from the lower part of the rib cage, and then tuck the tailbone and pull the hip bones to the lower part of the rib cage. And just continue like that, and you can make it really big and pronounced here, so you can arch the back and then let the back press into the mat. And then start to make that movement a little bit smaller. And then a little bit smaller. Until that movement is just really subtle. And then just come back to stillness in your neutral position with the pelvis. You can take the arms down by the sides with the palms spinning towards the mat. And then press into the feet, roll up into bridge. Hips slow back, mid-back. And then lower back down. We'll just take that a couple rounds, nice and slow. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. And exhale down. And then keep the hips down. Remember that pelvic tilt here. So start to lift the tailbone up towards the sky. And then really slowly, like you could peel one vertebra at a time off the mat, come up into bridge. So it's going to be nice and slow, a lot slower than those first several rounds that we did. And then once you're up, just pause at the top. And then coming down the same way, really slowly start to lower the upper part of the back down, one vertebra at a time, down through the mid-back, the low back, and all the way down to the pelvis. So everything's resting back on the mat. And then roll yourself over to your right side. So you're going to be facing the brick wall. And then interlace the fingers behind the head so your elbows are pointing towards the brick wall. Perfect. And then take your left elbow up towards the sky. Open it back behind you so you're coming into a twist, whatever amount feels good. And then close that left elbow back to meet the right elbow. So just continue like that, several rounds, up and open, just taking that at your own pace, your own rotation. Just starting to enjoy this movement in the spine and the torso. And then next time that left elbow is open, just pause there for one breath. And then re-close it back towards the right elbow. Just nice and easy, roll onto your back so you can make your way to your other side. I know you might have to scooch a little bit so you don't get on wet grass. And then once you're there, hands behind the head, take the right elbow towards the sky, open it up into that twist. And again, just starting to move at your own pace here. Just continuing with smooth breath as you take this movement. And the next time that elbow is open and you're in the twist, just pause there for a breath. And then reclose the right elbow to the left. You can use your right palm to just press into the mat and come all the way up to seated. Find a comfortable cross-leg position here. Just take some shoulder rolls up and back. And then opposite direction. And And then take your arms to cactus. We'll take cat-cow with the spine as we move the arms. I think you've all done this. So inhale, lift the chest, maybe draw the elbows back, maybe gaze goes up. And exhale, round the spine, close the arms. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, close and round. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, close and round. Inhale, open and lift. Just pause there for a breath. And then close and round, pause there for a breath. And then just come to neutral with the spine. Take the hands down to the mat. Take a gentle twist to your right. So right fingertips can go behind you. And then turn your head back forward to the front of the mat. Keep rotating the chin towards the left shoulder and gently tuck the chin towards the shoulder. And then keep the twist in the torso. Just lift your head back to neutral and then take your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then lift the head to neutral. Just unwind the torso and then twist over to the left. Turn your head back forward towards your right shoulder. Tuck the chin towards the shoulder. And then just lift the head to neutral and take the right ear towards the right shoulder. And then bring the head to neutral. Just unwind that. And then make your way into tabletop. So just cross over the shins. And you have a little bit of time here to move and do whatever you like. So maybe it's some cat-cow or a little wiggle of the hips. Just take 2 rounds of cat-cow, and just as you do that, feel how the entire spine moves together, neck, upper back, mid-back, low back. And then just come to a neutral spine. We're going to take that movement, but really slowly, as if you're moving, again, 1 vertebra at a time. So start in neutral. We'll go to cow first. So start to draw the hip bones away from the low part of the rib cage like we did earlier. And then very slowly, 1 vertebra at a time, come into your cow pose. And you don't know where each vertebra is, it doesn't matter. Just move slowly. And then tuck the tailbone, start to work from the low back, go all the way up into your cat pose. So just continuing like that, moving between those two, but just moving really slowly, just noticing what it feels like to try and isolate the different sections of the spine as you move. And then next time you're in cat pose with the back dome towards the sky, just pause there. And then come to a neutral spine so you're back in tabletop and sit back into child's pose. And just walk your hands back towards your knees. Lift your chest so you're sitting on your heels. We're not going to be here for very long, so if it's not for you, you just can come back to child's pose. Bring the palms of the hands to the low back. Just a really gentle back bend here. Lift the chest. Draw the shoulder blades towards each other. Maybe take the gaze up towards the sky. And then just come back upright. Walk your hands forward for tabletop. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips. Come into your first down dog and just find some movement here. Just come forward into plank. Drop your knees down to the mat. Slow lower all the way to the belly. Just take a gentle cobra. Lift the head and the shoulders. Just pause there for a breath. And then lower everything down. Press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Come back into plank again. Drop the knees down to the mat. Lower all the way to the belly. This time take your fingertips out under your elbows so you're doming your hands. You know, the grass is nice and wet here. Press into the fingertips. Peel the head and the shoulders up. And you can stay center or you can drop your right shoulder towards the mat and look to the left. Pause there for a breath. And then come through center. Other side, left shoulder down, look to the right. And then come back to center, lower everything down, take the palms of the hands by the rib cage, press through tabletop into downward facing dog. And gently walk your feet forward to your hands, forward fold at the front of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the head. Inhale, just gently lift through the top of the head. And then exhale, take your right elbow towards your right hip. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left elbow to hip. Inhale, back up. Oh, that feels good this morning. Exhale, right elbow to hip. Maybe it's just me. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale and plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Knees can drop if you want. Inhale for cobra, lift head and shoulders. And exhale, lower down, press through tabletop to downward facing dog. Just nice and easy, finding that breath you found on your back. Walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the head. Inhale, lift up through the top of the head. Exhale, gentle twist to the right this time. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale to center, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale for cobra. Listen carefully. On the exhale, take your right shoulder towards your right hip, a little lateral bend to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left shoulder towards left hip. I know it's a little weird. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, lower everything down. Press through tabletop to downward facing dog. And walk your feet forward to your hands and just hold in this forward fold. So several breaths, whatever you want to do with your arms. And then release the hands to the mat. Take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands down to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right, arms to a T. On the inhale, stay in the twist, reverse it, left arm up towards the sky, right hand towards the mat. And then exhale, back up, right arms to a T. Inhale, come back to center, arms by the ears. Exhale, twist to the left, arms to a T. Inhale, reverse, right arm up, left fingertips towards the mat. And then exhale, torso up, right arms to a T. Inhale, come back to center, arms by the ears. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, take your right foot back for a lunge, right knee down to the mat, and then take the hands to the top of your left thigh. Just take a couple breaths here. And then reach the arms up by the ears. Take the left palm to the low back and twist to the left. So right hand to outside of thigh. Got a good guard dog over there barking at the dog that's walking by. On your inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands frame the foot, bring your back foot forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, fold right back forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, left foot back, left knee down. Take the hands to the top of the thigh and just hold here. And then take the arms, reach them up by the ears. Take the right hand to the low back and twist to the right. come back to center, reach both arms up. This time hands frame the foot and step back, downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, and cartwheel your arms up to warrior two. Bend both elbows, take the hands behind the head, why not? Take an inhale here. Exhale, take your right elbow towards the right knee. Inhale, come back upright. Exhale, right elbow to knee. Inhale, back up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, back up, take your arms to a T. Exhale, straighten your right leg. And inhale, reverse triangle, right arm up and back. And then bring your torso upright, arms to a T. Start to reach the right fingertips forward as you tilt the hips back. Come into triangle pose. So start with that left arm towards the sky. And then just take the left arm and drape it loosely behind your low back. Turn your head towards your right foot and tuck the chin towards the shoulder. And then just turn your head back to the left, reach the left arm by the ear, press back up to your warrior two. Take your hands down, frame your foot, and step to downward facing dog. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands, spin the back heel down, warrior two. Interlace the fingers behind the head, take an inhale. Exhale, left elbow towards left knee. Inhale, come back upright. Exhale, left elbow to knee. Inhale, back upright. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, upright arms to a T. Exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale, reverse triangle, holding here, left arm up. And then come back upright, arms to a T. Reach the left fingertips forward, take the hips back. Triangle pose, so take the right arm towards the sky again to start. And then just let that right arm drape behind the back. Turn your gaze down towards your left foot. Tuck the chin towards the shoulder. And then turn your head back to the right. Reach that right arm towards the sky. Come back up to your warrior two. Hands frame your front foot. You can take a vinyasa or step straight to down dog, your choice. Oh, I like it. No Sunday morning vinyasas. Everyone's like straight to down dog. Yeah. What are you asking of me, crazy lady? And then come forward into plank. Lower all the way to the belly. Just take your arms straight by your sides, fingertips stretching towards the back of the mat, and take locust pose. Lift everything up, head, shoulders, arms, and legs. You can stay here if you want. Inhale, big half circle with the arms, reach them by the ears. Exhale, big half circle, take them back. Inhale, take them forward. Exhale, take them back. Inhale, forward. Exhale. exhale back. Just hold here for an inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Hands by the rib cage. Press through tabletop to downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands. Stay on the ball of the back foot this time. And come up into crescent. Take your arms up by your ears. And then take a twist to the right. Take your arms to a T. And then you can stay right there or you can reverse it. So left arm will go up towards the sky. Right hand will go to the back thigh. And oh yeah, doing that's really hard. Come back upright, arms to a T. I think it is anyway. Come back to center, take your arms up, and then take your hands down. Just go straight to down dog. A couple breaths, letting go of that side. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands. Come up into crescent. Take the arms by the ears. And just firm your inner thighs towards each other and try and maintain that as you twist to the left. Take your arms to a T. And don't worry about making it the biggest twist you've ever done. And then if you want, keep that firming of the inner thighs as you take your right arm up and back, left hand to outside of your back thigh. Ah, good. And then come back upright, arms to a T, back to crescent, torso forward, arms up, and then hands down, back to downward facing dog. And then drop your knees, take a child's pose, just rest. Maybe arms go back by the legs if that feels good. And then if your arms are back, just extend them forward again. Come back into down dog. Take your right leg up and back. This time take the right foot to the outside of the right pinky, so you're in a wide lunge with that right foot. And then drop your back knee down to the mat. You can untuck the toes. It might feel a little awkward here, but we're going to take cat-cow with the spine, so it doesn't have to be big movement. Take an inhale, lengthen the chest forward. Just take the gaze slightly forward. And then exhale, curl the spine. 2 more like that. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl and round. And then just come back to a neutral spine. You have about 2 more breaths right here. If it's not for you, you can come to tabletop. Bring your right shin back. And then tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and just step that right foot back to downward facing dog. Maybe a little wiggle of the hips side to side. And then take your left leg up and back. Bring that foot to the outside of the left pinky. Drop the back knee down. It's starting to get cloudier. That's weird. On your inhale, lengthen your chest forward. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend forward. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round. And then just come back to neutral, pause here, 2 breaths. And then tuck the back toes, lift the back knees, step back to downward facing dog. And then take your right leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands and come up into crescent. Take your arms up by your ears. And then bring your hands down to your heart. You can stay in crescent or you can come into warrior 3. Maybe that left foot is just hovering or maybe you hinge forward. And then if you want to try it, we're going to take that cat-cow here. So inhale, lengthen the chest. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Oh, this is hard. Exhale, curl and round. You got one more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl and round. Come back to your neutral and warrior 3, and then step your left foot back to crescent, arms up. Ooh, that makes it so much harder, like it's not hard as it is. Take your hands down, step to downward facing dog. Couple easy breaths before we go to the other side.
Down, go back up. Go down again.
And then take the left leg up and back. Bring the foot between the hands. Come up into crescent, take your arms up. Bring the hands down to the heart. Again, you can just pause here or start to make your way into your variation of warrior 3. Again, you can be still, that's pretty challenging, or if you want, inhale, lengthen the chest. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl and round. And then come back to neutral in your warrior 3, and then back to crescent pose. Take your arms up. Take your hands down, frame your foot, step to down dog. Couple more breaths here. And then drop your knees to tabletop. 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl and round. Inhale, extend. Oh, it's nice to do this in tabletop, not warrior 3. Exhale, round. One more. Inhale, extend. And exhale, round. And then just come to a neutral spine. Reach your right arm up towards the sky. Open the chest towards the brick wall. And then draw that arm under the body for thread the needle. That left arm can extend forward, wherever you like to take it. And then return your left hand under your shoulder. Just press back to tabletop. Take the left arm, reach it up, and draw it under. Do what you like with that right arm. And then bring the right hand under the shoulder. Just press back into tabletop And then cross your shins, come back to a comfortable seated position. And once you're there, just sit up nice and tall and close your eyes. Just take several breaths right here. We did a lot of twisting and bending of the spine. So just feel what it feels like to just have your spine in this neutral, elongated position. And then you can softly blink your eyes open, extend your legs straight out in front of you. Oh my gosh, the little tugs. Bend your right knee, they're like my favorite. Take that right foot and across, and then if you want, bend the left knee. So if all of that's not for you, you're here, or you know where you want to be. Take your left arm, reach it up, and twist over to the right. And then just bring your torso forward, hands to hips. Can we just do the little like lean back, can the legs and change? Ah, we got it, good. Right arm, reach it up and twist to the other side. And just unwind all of that. So unwind the legs, make your way to the top of your mat. Bend the knees, take the hands behind the knees, and roll yourself back, just keeping the knees bent and the feet on the mat. Take your hands to your hips, just like we did when we started, and start to take those pelvic tilts again. So you can start by that little arch of the back, hip bones draw away from the rib cage, and then back to neutral, tuck the tailbone towards the heels. Just take a couple rounds like that and just notice, does it feel the same? Does it feel different? Maybe the range of motion feels different, or you feel a little looser. Maybe not. And then just pause once you're back in neutral. And hug your knees in towards your chest. Take your arms to a T and just drop the legs over to the right for a simple twist. And then draw the legs through center, take them to the other side.
We're going back. We're not there. We're not doing stretches and meditation stuff. Have fun.
And then draw your knees through center, hug them towards the chest. Maybe come into a happy baby. Turn happy, baby. Hug your knees back in. Give yourself a hug. And then just release the legs. Come into any place that is comfortable for you for the final minutes of class. You notice all the beautiful sounds that we get when we're outside, kids playing in the distance. It's such a joyful sound. The birds, the gentle breeze. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Circle your ankles and wrists. Reach your arms by your ears, big stretch. And roll off to your favorite side. Pause there, eyes closed. This is one of my favorite quotes about yoga. I say it all the time, but I think it's really true. Yoga is a powerful vehicle for change. Once you see your own strength, you believe in your own potential. Press into your top hand, make your way up to a comfortable seat. Just place both hands over your heart. Feel Feel your heart beating gently in your chest. Feel the soft rise and fall of the rib cage with each breath. And as you connect to your heart, know that you are strong and full of potential. Now just bring your hands to heart center, press the palms into one another. The light in me honors the light in you.